All right, I'm sure you're probably aware the last 2 years were pretty weird and insane economically. What you're probably not aware is that because of that, the salaries for web developers have changed. When I started as a web developer in 2018, my first boss, he paid me $18 an hour. How much do you think I'm making right now? 25, 35, 50? What's your guess? But more importantly, how much money should you expect to make if you start working as a web developer in 2022? So most people think web developers make a lot of money, and that's true. If you're going to compare web developers' salaries with how much most other jobs get, web developers are indeed pretty well paid. And that definitely hasn't changed. Web development is still a job that pays pretty well. If you want to know how well, in the United States, web developers' salaries range between $25 and $43 an hour. That's where about 50% of all US web developer jobs stand between. Now, $43 an hour is pretty good. $43 if you're going to work 40 hours a week and you're going to work the whole year, which is 52 weeks. Yes, you're going to have some weeks off, but they're usually paid. That amounts to about that amounts to 89,400 and something. Let's round it up to 89,500. 89,500. That's really a lot of money. That's really pretty good. Now, how much do you think I make? Look, I'm not saying this to brag, but it definitely feels pretty good to say this. When I tell people how much money I make, a lot of people just don't believe me, and I'm pretty happy about that, not gonna lie. Truth is, I work for double that. I work for $85 an hour. And if you told me I'd make that amount of money, when I started working as a web developer, when I got my first job, if you told me like 4 years later I'd be making $85 an hour, I probably wouldn't have believed you. Like at the time I was making 18, I thought that was a lot of money, but today I'm making this. And the reason I'm able to make that amount of money is because I started working online. And the reason that matters is that working online allows you to work with a lot more companies. Companies, doesn't matter if they're in another country, another city. So this gives me a lot more opportunities. And the reason I'm making this amount of money is because I have learned to find companies that are willing and able to pay a lot of money for web development services. And here's the really good news. It's become easier because the last 2 years, what happened, the big event that I can't talk about without being demonetized, it's kind of crazy. People just like falling ill and dying. You know what I'm talking about. Because of that big event, people have started working from home. So companies have gotten used to working with people who are working remote. So now they're already used to working with people who are not in office, like they're at their home, and they've realized that working with people who are in their home, like in the same city or in another city or even another country, it's really not that big of a difference. So companies are now more willing to work with people from other countries. And because of that, it's become a lot easier for you to convince people from other countries to work with you, even people from other cities too. If you live in like Vietnam, Pakistan, India, that's amazing fucking news for you because, hey, now it means that you can work for people in Canada, US pretty easily that are going to pay you how they pay other developers in their country. Like you're going to get paid what a developer from Canada or the US would get paid if you get to work for these companies, which is awesome. I know a lot of developers in India are telling me like that they really don't get paid a lot in their country for web development services. Now it's become easier than ever for you to find clients internationally and start making what you deserve. But even if you don't live in a emerging country and you are living in a developed countries, it's still amazing fucking news for you because I was working from a developed country all my life, but I wasn't making this per hour right when I started. And the fact that you're going to be working online will mean that you have more opportunities, which means it's going to be easier for you to find companies and jobs that are willing to pay you a lot of money. We used to live in the days where people had to move to other cities to get really good jobs. Like today, it's not the case. You can be at home and find some of the best jobs in the country. And, it's cool. You don't have to move anymore to big cities and things like that to make a lot of money. Everyone, no matter where you are, have access to this. All you have to learn is how to find these high-paying companies and high-paying jobs. And I think that's really amazing because in my opinion, like finding jobs, okay, it's like imagine someone like holds a big bag full of coins, okay, and he's telling you, okay, you can pull 4 coins from this bag, okay, 4 coins. So most people, what they do, they try to find the easiest jobs available, the closest jobs, the first jobs that they can find. So it would be like going into that bag and just picking the first 4 coins you touch on the top of the pile. You might be lucky and get a few big coins. Like in Canada, we have $2 coins, like big coins that are like silver colored with a gold color around in the middle. You might get unlucky and get a bunch of pennies, a few dimes, a few quarters, but most likely you're going to have a mix of semi-good, bad coins. You're probably going to have a dime, a quarter, a few pennies. What you should do instead, you shouldn't be picking the first coins on top. You shouldn't be picking the first jobs that you find. You should be looking for better options. What I would do instead, if someone told me to pick coins in a bag, I would just put my hand in it. I would start searching with my hand to find like coins that look valuable, and I would just like pick out 4 that bigger coins that look more valuable. I'd end up probably with a bunch of $2 Canadian coins, maybe a $1 euro, a €1 coin. You know, I just pick out 4 bigger coins. And so I'd end up with more money because, hey, it's still 4 coins, but would you rather end up with 4 random coins, or would you rather end up with 4 big coins that are likely to be $2 coin, $1 coin, €1 coins? Like, you shouldn't be picking just the first coins on top. And likewise, you shouldn't be just picking the first job you can get. You shouldn't choose the first job you can get. Instead, you should choose the best job you can get. And working online allows you to have a lot more jobs available, which means that you have a lot more good jobs that you can get. It's easier to find them because of that, and it's easier to get them. And for me, I think that's absolutely fucking insanely cool. You know, I never wanted to move away from my city. I'm one of those guys that, you know, I saw my friends moving to Montreal, moving to other cities, and I was like, man, I don't want to lose my friends. I don't want to be away from my family. I love my life here, but as a developer, you know, there are not a lot of jobs where I live. I'm living in a small town. There are not a lot of good jobs, and so, you know, I was looking on LinkedIn, I was looking on these sites, and I was noticing like, hey, there's a lot of really good jobs, like all the way across the country that are paying a lot. And, you know, I didn't want to move. I didn't want to get these jobs, even though like I knew I could get hired because I wanted to live here. And finding how to get jobs online has allowed me to finally get that amount of money that I want while still living in the place that I want. And if you were like me and that's what you want, you know, that's awesome. You can learn to do that. And even if like you're not like me and you don't care where you live, well, still like you can learn to do that and get better jobs and make more money. And if you want to learn how to do that, I can teach you that. I want to teach you that. In the next couple of months, I'm planning to show you everything from how to find these companies to how to message them, how to contact them and get them to want to work with you, and how to get hired also from companies from other countries. If you want to learn how to do that, I want to teach you that. And the reason I want to teach you that is simply because this has changed my life. I used to be broke, okay? I used to have so little money, like living in my parents' home. And I'm aware some of you are probably in the same situation. I felt like a fucking loser at the time, still living it with my parents, making really not a lot of money. And, you know, I know some of my friends are starting to have kids. Maybe you're about to get kids. Maybe you really need that money. And, you know, this has helped me. I know this can help a lot of people. And so I'm really happy to share that with you. If you want to learn that, all you have to do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, because you want to be notified when these videos come out, because if you don't watch them, you won't learn how to do this. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know anyone else who's teaching that on YouTube. So if you want to learn that, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Check my upcoming videos, because even if you're hitting the notification bells, you get the notifications, and you don't check my videos, you probably won't learn a lot. So, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check my videos, check them to the end, subscribe on all my videos, like on all my videos, comment on all my videos. I'm just exaggerating because I feel like I'm just sounding like a weird salesman, but the fact of the matter is, I'm going to share with you a lot of value. I'm going to share with you the information that has literally changed my life, got me from making not a lot of money, being broke, living with my parents, to finally now my situation where I'm pretty well. I have a good car, I have my house, and I'm not broke anymore. So I know this can help you. If you want to learn it, watch my upcoming videos, and I'll see you soon. Take care.